Hey guys, this is Chris from Geek on Tech, and today we're going to be doing the iPhone 13 Pro Max straight up versus the S22 Ultra, and we're going to see which one wins. Let's jump right into it. Hey guys, before we jump into the video, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for your guys' continued support. We've sprinted past 200 subscribers and now we're well on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, dropping your comments. I love having conversations with you guys and sharing some more info. But if you guys haven't already, please click subscribe. Your guys' continued support is appreciated and it helps the channel grow more than you guys can ever think. So thank you guys so much for your continued support. Thank you for sharing. Now let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so we have an old-fashioned standoff. Today we are comparing the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the S22 Ultra, and it's like in the old Western movies, you know, the with the little revolvers and the spurs, you know what I'm talking about? It's a shoot-off, okay? We're gonna see which phone is better and in which areas. So we're gonna be covering a few things here just to kind of name to you guys the categories so you guys know what to expect. We're gonna be talking about camera quality, battery life, performance, the display, the speakers, functionality and ease to use, the build quality itself, your value for dollars, and then who wins, who I think wins at the end, right? So first things first, let's talk about the camera quality itself. I have a link in the description if you guys want to see a comparison between the top three, which I think is these two phones and the Pixel 6 Pro. If you guys want some more details, pictures are very, very good on both of these. I think for the most part, the main difference between these is the iPhone tends to have a little bit better of a front-facing selfie camera when it's good lighting, optimal lighting. The S22 Ultra has better low-light photography on the front-facing and on the rear-facing. The dynamic range is great on both of them. Nighttime photography in general on the rear sensor is good, but for some reason the S22 Ultra is just better when it comes to that. Video recording, they both record great video. I think they're both really good on that. It's too hard to pick out an exact winner when it comes to video recording, but just because of the nighttime photography and because the S22 Ultra has a better bokeh effect when it comes to like portrait pictures, it has better edge detection, and it's a more natural picture, I give the edge to the S22 Ultra. I'm gonna throw some samples on the screen so you can see, you know, just a quick comparison between the two. If you want the full rundown, again, click on the link below and you'll see the full camera comparison that I posted. Now, when it comes to performance on these two guys, on paper, it looks like the S22 Ultra has it beat, but in real-world usage and in benchmarks, the iPhone actually has the S22 Ultra beat. What I want to share with you guys is day-to-day use. What's the actual difference between those two? We've seen what's on paper, we've seen what benchmarks are saying. What's the difference between the two? And the thing is, performance-wise, you're probably not going to notice a difference. Whether it's mobile gaming, taking pictures, social media, opening up multiple apps at one time, you're not going to notice a difference. And that's just kind of the honest truth. The performance is pretty much the same on both of them. They're both great, which is not a bad thing. The Snapdragon version is the one that I'm referring to. I haven't tried out the Exynos version, but this is the Snapdragon S22 Ultra. And then the iPhone, it has the Apple A15 Bionic chip on there, and they both do phenomenally. So I don't give the edge to either of them. I think they both handle everything as best as it could possibly be handled. So they're both great in regards to performance. Now, in regards to battery life, the big thing that makes the iPhone 13 Pro Max such a powerhouse nowadays, and automatically I'm already going to tell you right now, the edge goes to the iPhone. With my iPhone, I'm getting anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of screen on time, and that's heavy power usage. I mean, most of my usage, I'm gonna throw this picture that I'm looking at on my screen right here. I screenshotted it. I was at 9 hours and 17 minutes of screen on time. It looks like my battery wasn't even red yet, so that was still probably another 20% of battery life left. And most of my usage was Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube, which pretty heavily consume battery. On the S22 Ultra, I'm only getting to anywhere between 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time, and with the same type of usage. And here's the thing that I don't understand. why is there such a big disparity in battery life? Like the battery life increases that we've seen over the past few years from Samsung have been so incremental and so little that it's seemingly insignificant. I remember a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, 4 hours of screen on time was good. We're only at 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time. I just feel like the technology needs to be advancing a lot faster, especially with something so important like battery life. Battery life is super important, right? You think about going on vacation, which is where memories are made with family. How on earth are you going to be able to capture memories if your phone dies? And I get it, you know, most people have access to chargers and wireless chargers, and maybe that's their prerogative. Maybe they just want you to buy more accessories, but I'm not okay with that, especially if there's a phone that exists on the market that weighs about the same, has about the same dimensions, but it has even less milliamp hours on the battery cell itself, but is killing you in that has the same performance, but is killing you in battery life. Like 9.5 hours, 10 hours, that's almost double the battery life. That's just a big L for Samsung there. I give the edge to Apple on that one. Now, when it comes to display and how beautiful things look, I think that's a pretty clear winner that the S22 Ultra wins. I think what they've done with the pinhole, the small cutout, gives you an immersive feel. Although I'm not a fan of the curved edges, I do feel it gives you more of an immersive type feeling whenever you're looking at images. It looks prettier, right? We're not talking about functionality in this section here, but it does look prettier than this. Like, this forehead has to go. Like, what is that forehead? Like, I thought I had a big forehead. This thing has a massive forehead. And like, you know, the screen just looks ugly. It looks outdated on the iPhone. It works, like the colors are vibrant, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the black borders around the entire edge of the phone itself. And then that forehead. They need to figure out a better system, a better way to give us more display, or screen to body ratio, which is what they call it. So the edge definitely hands down goes to the S22 Ultra. Not only that, you have a QHD panel on this right here, and this is just full HD. So the iPhone is full HD. You get higher resolution, more PPIs, and just a better image overall. This is beautiful. Samsung's been killing the game in display, so this is no surprise. Now, we have the speakers on both of them. The speakers, you know, I remember we used to fight about, why don't they put double facing, front facing speakers on phones? Why did they put the speaker on the back of the phone? Do you guys remember that? That was terrible. We're obviously, you know, all mature adults now, and we've grown past that point, and we've put front facing speakers or bottom facing, which is great. They both have that. They both have the earpiece speaker now, which is good as well. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do a what I like to call my bootleg speaker test. That way you guys can hear the difference, and then you guys let me know which one you guys think is faster. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just play my video, play it for a few seconds here, because I won't copyright myself. And then I'll play the other one. Let's start with the iPhone, since I have it in my hand already. Hey guys, Chris here with Geek on Tech, and today we're going to be doing the review on the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and if it even makes sense to upgrade, or maybe not. Let's jump right into it. That's max volume right there. Gotta hear the ukulele. Alright, so first things first, let's just get it out of the way, okay? I'm wearing a... I know I look like the Michelin Man in that one. So that was that. Let's do the S22 Ultra now. Same video. Max volume. Max volume. Hey guys, Chris here with Geek on Tech, and today we're going to be doing the review on the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and if it even makes sense to upgrade, or maybe not. Let's jump right into it. Ukulele. Alright, so first things first. Look, let's just get it out. I don't want to get into how I look like the Michelin Man in that video, right? But, having both phones in front of me, I definitely give the edge to the iPhone. It's hard though. It's hard to really like noticeably say, oh, that one is definitely faster or louder for sure. Like that one is for sure louder. They're both great. They're both great front-facing and I guess bottom-facing speakers. They both do a good job. the bass, the treble, like the mids, the lows, the highs, they all sound the same, to be honest with you. I feel like there's only so much you can squeeze out of these little speakers, but they sound good. They sound really good. It's rich, it's clear, it's not distorted at all. So I don't give any clear winner. I do think the iPhone is a little bit better, but it's too close to judge in my opinion. So I'll give them a passing score on both of them. Now, functionality and ease of use is the next topic that I wanted to talk about here. And this is you know, this is 100% subjective. This is not factual. This is kind of like saying the weather's too hot. Well, it may be hot for you, but it's not hot for me. Well, I think California's perfect. And I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what city you live in. I think California, Southern California in particular, Anaheim is my preference. Actually, Irvine is my preference. I wish I lived there. That'd be great. If there's anybody from Irvine watching, shout out. I wish I was you. But that is my preference, right? That may not be your preference. Maybe you like to live in Canada. Maybe you like to live in Europe or wherever it is that you live, right? Same thing with ease of use and functionality. Different strokes for different folks, like they say, right? Now, here is my opinion when it comes to ease of use. I think the iPhone is going to be easier to use for a couple of reasons. Number one, I like the boxy design. I like that it's boxy, it's big, makes it easy to grip. For some reason, this is not as comfortable when it's rounded. Yeah, I get it, it's supposed to contour to your fingers, but when you're actually using it, it almost feels uncomfortable to hold compared to the iPhone. I feel like it's a more solid hold. It feels better. And because it feels better that way, I prefer typing on this 1,000 times over typing on this. Whether I'm texting, whether I'm responding to comments, this is way better. The second thing, the flat display. Same thing, going back to the curved display, right? I know it's kind of almost the same thing in two. It's just better when you have a flat display, in my opinion. I think it just makes things easier to use. I feel like the curved display for a while was functional, but now since they've removed functionality, it's just kind of gimmicky. I guess it looks cool, and I guess it makes for a better viewing display, or a viewing, you know, whatever, viewing experience. But in actuality, how much use are you getting from a curved display? Tell me, how much use are you getting? Are they using it to manipulate the screen size? Is that what they're using it for? These are questions you have to ask yourself as a consumer. You know, and as a consumer, you're entitled to your own opinion, and guess what? Your opinion is right. My opinion is not right. Your opinion is right because you're the person that's going to be using the phone. For me, I prefer a flat display. It's way more comfortable, it's better to use, easier to use, period. Not only that, I prefer the software whenever I'm typing, and the overall UI, I prefer on this when it comes to typing. So emojis, obviously emojis look better on iPhone or iOS than they do on Android. Android, I'm sorry, you stepped your game up, but you're not quite there yet. And just typing on this for some reason feels more responsive. So it's not that this is laggy, it just feels better on the iPhone. And maybe it's personal preference, I'm not sure. I don't think so, because most of the time I use Android phones. But typing on this does not feel the same as this. I'll tell you what is similar that is in Android. Typing on a Pixel is very similar to this, but for some reason we're dropping the ball on the UI on this over here. So I give the functionality and overall ease of use to the iPhone. Now, build quality is the next area that I wanted to talk about here. And build quality on both of these, to be honest with you, they're both premium. They're both premium, they both have beautiful designs. Actually very similar if you think about it. They both have a frosted matte back finish, right? No fingerprints. The colors are beautiful, they're switching up, you know, they're changing the norm. The normal white and black colors or gray that we would get. They're switching it up, so I respect both of those. I wouldn't say one color is better than the other. I just respect the fact that they're changing up the color schemes that they have. They both have like a stainless, the rails are like stainless steel, is what it looks like. Build quality on both is exceptional. I don't give the edge to either one of them. I think they both did a really, really good job in regards to this right here. So there's no clear winner on that. Now, when it comes to value, starting off at $1,100 or $10.99 and $11.99. When it comes to value itself, I almost gave the edge to the Samsung just because of the trade-in deals, the trade-in promos that they have going on right now, the pre-order deals that they do. They're always running a promotion. But this past year, iPhone actually had some pretty crazy carrier deals if you looked at them. And Best Buy was actually running the same deals in store. So it wasn't requiring of a long 24-month installment period, a bill credit for 24 months. It wasn't requiring any of that stuff. You could actually walk in at Best Buy, trade in your phone, and they would give you the full trade-in value right up front. So value-wise, I definitely give the edge to the iPhone. This past year, I traded in my iPhone 12 Pro Max. They gave me $975 for the phone, which means this only cost me a few $100. You can't beat that. I mean, that's pretty much the same type of trade-in promo that the Samsung now has, but the iPhone has it now. And I think we all know by now, because there's less iPhones made, this makes this more rare than an Android phone. There's multiple Android phones made from different manufacturers, only one iPhone, which basically means your value that this device is going to hold will be a lot higher than what a Samsung holds. Not only that, iPhones, from my experience, I've seen last a really long time as well too. I mean, the same thing can be said about Samsung. They're both gonna, I think it's normal for you to expect a newer device like these to last you a few years. You know, I think the Note 20 Ultra experience, the Note 20 Ultra experience is still pretty similar to this new phone. And we're talking about a 2-year-old phone there. The iPhone, there is a big difference between 2 years ago till now, but I think now with all the updates, the refresh rate, the battery life, the performance, this is years ahead of its time. This will last you easily 2 to 3 years. Very easily before you need to upgrade. For some of us, it's not a commodity. Sometimes we can only upgrade every few couple years. Get it, been there, done that. I think this is going to be the best bang for your buck. When you do decide to upgrade a few years down the road, and you decide, hey, you know what, 2 years, 3 years later, you want to sell this thing is going to hold its value still. So I give the value to the iPhone. They have great promos. Hopefully they continue that trend this year. But in regards to the 13 Pro Max, even right now, if I look on their website, if you look at some of the carrier deals that they have, Verizon not so good, but T-Mobile up to $900 off, and AT&T up to $1,000 off. So they have some pretty good deals still to this day. So the value definitely goes to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Quick rundown, who wins? Camera quality, we gave the edge to the S22 Ultra. Battery life, the iPhone won. Performance, there was no winner. The display, the Galaxy S22 Ultra won. Speakers, there was no winner. Functionality and ease of use, we give the win to the iPhone, in my opinion. Build quality, there was no winner. And value, I gave the edge to the iPhone. So from me counting here, it looks like the iPhone just edged the S22 Ultra. And again, this is just based off of my experience. I have both phones. I've had these phones for a while. If I had to pick one phone, and this is the question that I ask myself whenever I'm picking my top 3, like what phone I use the most, or what phone I want to purchase next. After I purchased it, like what phone I want to use permanently. The question I ask myself is, if I had to pick one phone, looking at every criteria, at all the criteria, which phone would I be the most happy with? And in my opinion, the iPhone takes the cake right now. I wish, to be honest with you, I wish the S22 Ultra, if I could pick the perfect phone, I wish the S22 Ultra had the Google Pixel software with the iPhone battery life. That would be the perfect phone for me. I prefer Android over anything. But with that being said, that's why I carry all 3. That's my top 3 lineup right now, in my lineup, and that's my take. But you guys let me know what you guys think is the best. Let me know what you guys think of this 1v1 versus battle, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for the support, and love you guys. With that being said, I'm out of here. See you guys in the next one. Peace.